So now we come to Gemini. So Gemini is, I think, okay. And the space of Gemini is now the kid is in play school. This is an air sign. It is ruled by Mercury. And just like Aries was fire sign ruled by Mars, Taurus was a earth sign ruled by Venus. And Gemini is really, as the kid grows up, is extremely curious, loves learning. You'll be amazed by how much a child can learn. He is very good at languages. He has very good intellect. And you will see at this age, if a kid is very good at learning multiple languages, and at this age, if they learn languages, they will even get the accent right, the dialect exactly. They love to talk, They can be very funny with a great sense of humor. They can, they are exploring their speech, so they will talk a lot. Anything that they find interesting, and they'll find a lot of things interesting. And they will, it's very mentally stimulating to be with them. They also look very youthful, and if you have a very strong Gemini, you will look very youthful actually in life. They're they are the communicators of the zodiac. So any form of communication, whether it is writing, whether it is talking on phones, whether it is the tablet. In fact, you will have them. They are some of the people who can be working on a laptop. They can have some, and then someone calls on the phone, and that is also on. And then something is playing on the TV, and they can, like, multiple electronic devices they can handle at one time. They can have it going on. They would even prefer that, because just doing one thing is just way too boring for them. IT and computers come so naturally to them. Any kind of information sharing. And if you know someone who's Gemini, will always have interesting things to tell. They will bring you news of the neighborhood or of other friends. They will tell you in a very enchanting story, and which is why they can also be very good journalists. Or they can be in different kinds of media like radio. See, it is an air sign that likes communication, so all the communication that happens over the air is really their forte. They are, remember how I said that Taurus is more stable and it loves that security, and it can go to a very great extent. It's more physical. So now that physical has moved to the mental, and they are more flexible. They're very flexible. They're very adaptable. It can also make them indecisive, because it's like there are so many things, so they can't quite make up their mind. In fact, the Gemini zone is like a mind. It is like, the monkey mind. And if you have observed your mind, you know how many different thoughts come. They change. There is one thought in this direction, then another thought in a completely different direction. And it is like the thoughts are multiplying. And that is really who Gemini is. I have read somewhere that Aries initiates and Taurus stabilizes and Gemini communicates or connects. And even in our body, information flows, through different cells, from the brain to different parts and back. And all this is Gemini. They have a lot of so as I was talking about the mind, they do tend to get very distracted, because there are too many things that will take up their interest, and then now this is not stimulating, but that other thing that just came in is. And So they really need to develop that listening and that focus. Um, and they are best in professions where life is very stimulating or they get very bored. In fact, this Gemini sign is, just like Aries was ruled by the ram or the horses, and the Taurus by the bull, Gemini is represented by two twins, and they often say that Gemini should have two things in life, like maybe two wardrobes. So once this gets too boring, you can then switch to the other. They should have like two careers, they should have like all these side hustles and gigs. Um, they really need that. Um, you know, uh, the greatest storyteller Scheherazade, I heard, I read in some book that, the way she would just tell one story and then she would end with this cliffhanger tale. She would tell the entire story and then the end, she's almost finished it, but she will keep a little cliffhanger, and that would keep the king curious about what is the next day's story. So he would not behead her. So this is again a very Gemini thing that, okay, you keep them curious, you keep them stimulated, and you just stop when it's very interesting. So the interest is kept on. So that is my understanding of Gemini. Yeah, thank you.